Welcome to ArtDayCare. In this series of video, I will teach you basic concepts of drawing. Even a baby can understand this, and you will learn you will learn art fundamentals. So now, today's lesson is very simple. We're going to cover perspective. So most of you will wonder, or maybe not, why perspective is the first thing you should learn, if as a beginner artist or something you should like understand fundamentally. Because if you want to draw stuff in 3D or make sure your drawings aren't flat, you need to know first how to draw it in space correctly. That's the basic, that's the reason behind why perspective is like the core brick of drawing. It's just to make sure like your drawings look, my bad. Your drawings look 3D and also to develop your sense of space. That's the basically to the very simple thing. Now, I will explain perspective. Now, you have perspective as three things: a vanishing point, horizon line, and converging lines. A vanishing point, horizon line, and converging lines. So, okay, now this is the basic stuff. So, first of all, the most important thing is the horizon line. Horizon line is, you could describe it as your outline, where in the when you see the world through your eyes, there's always been a straight line across every surface of anything. So this is our guideline to understand how objects sits in space. Now, the next element we're covering is vanishing point, which depending on which perspective you are using could be like 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. Will vary the amount of vanishing points you have in your space. For now, we'll focusing on 1 point perspective, which this means in your horizon line, anywhere you decide you could put 1 point here, 1 point there, here, blah blah blah, anywhere you want along the horizon line. Now, our final element, but not least, are converging lines. With these lines, you are going to able to draw uh, objects in perspective. With this, now this is one converging line, another one. Now with this, I can draw a plane. This is a plane. Wait. For those who doesn't know what a plane is, plane basically is like the faces of your basic figures. Yeah, no, your basic forms. I'm sorry, my bad. Which are a cube, rectangle. Well, this is a rectangle, a fucking cube, a sphere, and a cylinder, right? So these things in front are called planes. You will almost hear them as like sides of figures and so on. With these planes, you can describe 3D in a 2D plane area, 2D surface. Now, look, with a 1 point perspective, now with a cube it's so easy to draw it because now you only have to worry for one side, well, no, two sides depending where you're looking at. If you're like in the bottom, if you see like cubes on top of it, you have to draw that side plane following the perspective, which is, and the bottom plane because you're looking under it. The same thing goes if you're on top of an object, you will see the top plane and probably the front, or if the object is the side, you will see a side plane and a top plane and a front plane which will not follow the perspective because today we're only doing 1 point perspective, right? So now that out of the way, I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. A quick recap: you make sure you draw horizon line, you put anywhere that horizon line vanishing point. Then you draw a cube. Make sure that you follow it, your vanishing point, and you only close the figure with doing vertical lines, very vertical, because we are not having any 3-point perspective at all right now. So now that's the very basic concept of perspective. Now let's get back. Now I will show you some exercise that will train your sense of space, and will understand the perspective more. So now the first exercise for those who are like that are beginners, I recommend you to these 20 boxes of this. So now the exercise first is like you draw your horizon line. You choose like anywhere this horizon line your vanishing point. So for instance, my vanishing point here in this moment will be here. Now with this you will draw your guided lines or convergent lines. So one, I have one plane here, another plane here, my front face. Oh shit, like this. My back plane following that perspective. Same perspective. Make sure you follow your converging line follows the perspective. Then you close it. Boom. So this is the first exercise you will do. I want you to make. It really depends on you, but I think a good amount are 20 to 15. Wait, 15 to 20. I think that's a good amount. And also, I want you like imagine this like a pencil, right? Or your brush. I want you like instead of doing this, I want you like every stroke you do is one. Because with this you will start working with your confidence, with your confidence, which is like very huge in drawing because it will show that you know what you're doing and it will look a lot cleaner. So whenever you draw in your squares, make sure you are like doing a consistent line. I don't want this or this because it shows like you are not sure. If it's okay, if like you do want you don't like it, it's okay to redo it. The whole purpose of doing one line is to build up your knowledge on drawing single lines with confidence. That's the whole point behind this. Now, for the second exercise, is going to be a little bit more tricky because now we are removing the guided lines. Now you're going to do the same thing as the past, your horizon line, your vanishing point, but now you won't draw your convergent line. So you want to like, okay, you draw the front face, right now. So now I want you like to guess where that convergent line should be. Like, maybe around here, maybe not. One way you check your accuracy is like doing this. So now you see it's like it's wrong. No, now I will try to do like this. Let me check. A little bit off. Like this. A little bit off. Like that. So, oh, what the fuck? I don't know what's down. I don't know. Now you do the same thing for the other line. Boom. See, it's a little bit off. It's fine if like let's say if your vanishing point is like wait, your vanishing point is like this, and your converging line is like this off. I think it's fine, but my advice is like you want to achieve like 100% accuracy, but you don't have to be so hard on yourself if you not manage to do it because it's fine. We are not machines, so if like it's a little bit off, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Now the third exercise, which is like the most difficult one, because now you will be removing your vanishing point. Now you have to make sure that your object, your squares in the space, follows the perspective. Just for so I want to make sure that my horizon line is here. No, my vanishing point. I'm sorry. Okay, I make sure. Boom. one side, I'm missing the other side. Okay, something like this. Boom. I don't know if it's correct or not. So one way you can do it, if you're working traditionally, you use a ruler. If you're working in digitally, any drawing software should have this method. Well, this tool that which drawing a line, right? So now I'm checking. Wait, I think it's better if I use this. Yes, yes. So now, okay, the line is like too thick, too thick. So now, like this. So now I'm seeing like my vanishing point is it should be around here. Now I'm noticing like okay, this is a little bit off. Now how about this? This is a little bit off. So this line is correct, but the other two are wrong. So that's the three exercise I want you to do. Uh, it's very simple. Same thing. You want to do 15 to 20, 15 to 20 also. That's okay. That's a exercise for perspective. Now I want you, if you want, there are line exercise I want you to show you because I think they're very important now. Oh wait, shit. These exercises are very simple. The first one is boom, boom. You want to make sure that your lines like connects to point A to point B. You want I want and you want to check how your accuracy. How okay? So right now all my three lines are a little bit off. So next line I should like I want to make sure that the points really connect with my line. So that's the point of the exercise. And then after doing that the three times each line, you want to hop to the next exercise, which is the same. It's the same principle as the last one, but now you want to do it horizontally. One, two, three. Perfect. Now you're going to do the same thing, but in a slightly different angle. One, two, three. Perfect. So you could do like this, like a page for each, which is fine. I don't really care how much you do it. If you like time-based exercise, you could like for each line, each line exercise, you could do like 5 minutes each, or 3 minutes. Depends how much time you want to invest in. Then the next exercise you could do if you get bored of this is like you draw a bunch of dots around the page randomly, and now you want to connect them. Boom, boom, and you want to give it that direction. Boom, boom. Each line you do, you want to do it three times. One is one, two, three, boom. One, two, three, boom. One, two, three, boom, and so on and so on. Now, after finishing this, same thing as you can do a page long or 5 minutes of this exercise. 5 minutes or page long. It's up to you. Now that now I want you. This exercise will be a little bit different. Now in this exercise, I want you to draw curved lines, but using the different parts of your arm. The first part is going to be your fingers. Fingers. So these lines that I'm doing right now, I use only my fingers. You want to like doodle around. The next part, you want to use your wrist. Okay, now I'm using my wrist. The next part, I want to use my elbow, if it's possible. Yes, it is using my elbow, right? The next is using my shoulder. The reason behind this exercise is for you to get used to moving your each part of your arm individually and also together, because I'm sure that you have use your shoulder to draw it, use your wrist to draw it. But reality there want to be certain scenarios where when you need to use your whole arm to draw, or your fingers to draw specific lines, or your wrist to draw the specific line. So the exercise is just to make sure that you get used to the move of moving your fingers, your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder individually. Then you can combine those together, and you will have more dexterity in your drawing. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I stall a little bit because English isn't my first language. So that's all. If you have any comments, please feel free to put in the comments below. And I will be doing the next 2.3 point perspective next week. So make sure you follow my channel, whatever you want. I don't really mind. But yeah, that's all for me today. Thank you.